Yes, welcome again to the history of economic thought. Course for the knowledge number 2. As you know, yesterday we went through about the introduction of a history of economic thought. Today we're having the beginning of economic production. That is the beginning of economics after Adam Smith of 1723 to 1776, whereby the economist, a thinker, a philosopher, Adam Smith, coined different ideas. Actually, in this beginning of economics about after Adam Smith will involve a worth of a nation, a mechanism, invisible hands, demand and supply, and then division of labor and specialization of the labor, a limited government interventions, and accumulation of a capital. So let us start with a worth of the nation. According to Adam Smith, a philosopher, is a thinker, actually coined and stated about a wealth of the nation. The wealth of the nation, according to the Adam Smith, was dependent upon a production not in agricultural only. He believed that having a several beliefs, one of the beliefs is how much it produced, how well it combined the labor and other factors of production, and the more efficient the combination. He believed that the greater output and a greater the national wealth will happen. So when we're talking a production, is a combination of factors. I'll show you a combination of the factors actual. The combination of the factors with the relationship between inputs, a labor and a capital. When you combine by addition of a units for a labor and a capital, the graph of production coming trends like this one, and will happen. Will come a time whereby the total production will be saturated. That is a combination of two factors of production according to the number of units. That was the beliefs of Adam Smith. How much it will be produced if you combine a number of factors of production, a number of inputs for a production. And he believed that a more efficiency of the combination will having a great output and a great to the national in the whole. Yes. Another issue is about the heart of a smooth economy. As a philosopher, was his belief that the world work best if left to function on its own without a government regulations. Because in a production, for example, for the industrial production, the government intervention or regulations actually always is involved. But the Adam Smith believed that as a philosopher, the economy will be left if as a function on its own without a government regulations. We're having several benefits. Several benefits for this belief. One of a benefit is invisible hand. That is a demand and a supply for a goods and a services in a production of any kind of a product. And then a policy of a leisure, that's no government influences. And then the industry will demonstrate the division of labor. That is one of the benefits, because a labor is one of a factors used for the production, one of the inputs considered for a production. So, one of the benefits, industry will demonstrate a division of labor. To produce, it means you need a different knowledge and skills of the labor. If you have a division of a labor, it definitely will enable to produce a better. Yes. Another issue is about mercantilism. One of the ideal of Adam Smith is about mercantilism. A mercantilism is economic nationalism for the purpose of building a wealth and a power state. Because when you talk about a national level, we need to build the economy. We need to build a wealth. We need to make, if we need a power in a state, it means we need to have a power in economics. That's why mercantilism is the economic nationalism for the purpose of building a wealth and a power state. Another issue in mercantilism, according to the Adam Smith, actually coined the term mercantilism as a system describing the system of a political economy that sought to enrich the country to restraining import and encouraging export. Actually, if you need your industry, a production in the industry to exist or to attain, actually we need to have a more encouraging the export because all the good produced should be exported and to have a less inputs imported for a production. That is a system of mercantilism. Another issue in mercantilism, that is a system dominated by a Western Euro economy. Because if you remember yesterday, we went through about a past ideas economists. Actually, the mercantilism and a system of the economies to empower and to encourage and export. Actually, that is happened from 16th to the late 18th centuries. Yes. Another, that is was before Adam Smith. When you look about the ideas of Plato, ideas of Aristotle, you can see also that was the one of the ideas generated. Yes. Another issue in the mercantilism is about the goal of this policy was supposedly and to achieve a favorable balance of trade. A balance of trade. When we're talking a balance of trade, it means we are talking about export and imports. We have to balance to make sure you import less and then you export more. That is a policy should be established in mercantilism. Yes. So to achieve a favorable, a balance of that could bring a gold or a silver into a country, and also to maintain, to demonstrate to the domestic employment. When we are talking about a gold and a silver, actually we are talking about before Adam Smith, whereby a gold and a silver was a man. Like now, the pegging is $1. So, in a real sense, would bring $1 into the country, and also to maintain the domestic employment, and more employment will be created. Yes, and then the country was stimulated by a factors like a lack of state organization, rise of a free labor classes. That's one of a stimulation of the market leadership, and a competition of a product, and then development of exchange economy. Yes, because of a different product produced from a different country. Another issue is about invisible hand. Invisible hand actually is the, according to the Adam Smith, that is we call a supply and a demand for a goods and a services, or a marketplace. A marketplace is a place whereby a buyers and a sellers can meet together or can interact for exchange of goods and services. Yes, that is was one of the ideas of Adam Smith about invisible hands, to make economic force that you will buy and then you will demand in a market. Actually, he shaped, yes, for a favorable balance of trade called a regulation of the economy. Another issue in invisible hand would be a free guide the economy and to maximize a production. As I showed in a graph showing the relationship between two factors of production. When you're increasing a number of labor and then the cost of labor, we expect the output, the number of goods will be produced to rise. That is to maximize a production. Yes. Another issue in the invisible hand, actually, the Adam Smith created a theory in a buying and a selling, demand and a supply, a production and a distribution. How much is produced and how much can be distributed in the society. Yes. Also, we can, that state of invisible hand theory actually states that if each consumer is allowed to choose a free what to buy, that is a free to choose, to demand. What to buy is another issue, a buying and a selling. And each producer is allowed to choose a free what to sell and how much to produce it. The market will settle on a product distribution and a prices that are beneficial to the all individual members in the community, in the society, and hence to a community as a whole. It means the government also will be enhanced. This is a beneficial behavior. For this theory, of invisible hand. I mean buying and selling, production and distribution. One of the beneficial is the efficient method of production are adapted to maximize a profit. Maximize a profit, it means the prices of the labor will be considered. If the price of labor will be a low, it means once the production will be sold, it means will be in a profit because of a less a price for a labor. Yes, another benefit is a low prices are charged to a maximum revenue. Yes, if you want to maximize the revenue, it means you should lower the prices of a labor. If you lower the prices of a labor or a prices of input or a prices of the factors of production, definitely they change to the maximum maximizing revenue through gain in the market share by undercutting competitors. Another issue is about investments. Yes, beneficial is for investors. It can invest in those industries most urgently needed in a community, in a given time, in society, to maximize returns, and then to withdraw a capital from those less efficient in creating a value of the products. That is a benefit for yes. Another issue is about a division of labor, because we have already talked about a prices for a labor. What is the benefit for a labor? Yes. Now let us see a division of labor in a production. When we're talking about factors of a production, like a labor, to produce, you need to have a different professionals, a different activities. So the division of labor is important in a production, in industrial production, and also the specialization of labor. That's that specialization of labor. So let us start about a division of labor, and then later on we'll have a specialization of labor. Yes, the main focus of Adam Smith as economist, as a thinker, as a philosopher about the wealth of a nation lies in a concept of economic growth. To make economic growth, you should make sure the division of labor to be considered, and that will also influence the charges for a labor. I mean, a price for a labor to change, to decrease, and then the concept of economic growth can happen. And the change will happen when we are talking about the change. There is increase and the decrease for a price, also for the quantity of the labor. Yes, from different activities involved in production. Yeah. Another issue in a division of labor is about a growth. This, according to the Adam Smith, is rooted or coined in increasing a division of labor. Once you increasing a division of labor, it is very, very important actually to simplify the production. Yes. Another issue in this idea relates a primary to the specialization. of the labor forces. That is very, very essential. They are breaking down a larger jobs into a many team components, into a many activities. Yes, if you break a job in a small, different activities, this is very, very essential because of a production force. Yes. Another issue is to understand this region, each worker becomes an expert in one isolated area of work, thus increasing his efficiency. If you make a division of labor, it means the affordability to make a completion of activity will be efficient, and affordability to complete in time also will be in efficiency. Another issue is a fact that laborers do not have to switch tasks during a day further saving time and a man. We consider about a time and a man in a division of labor. We save time. When we make a division of labor, we save time. We spend less time. And then we save money because activity will be completed in time to make efficiency and also to make efficiency of itself labor. Yes. Also, we're supposed to ask ourselves about a reason why Smith favored a division of labor. Why Adam Smith cited about a division of labor? That is a good question. Everyone should ask it. Because if we're studying something about, you should ask yourself the reasons, the advantages, the benefits. Now come up with a reason why this Adam Smith favored a division of labor. Actually, he suggested that there are three causes of increasing in a quantity of work. One is increase in dexterity in every particular workman. Dexterity in every particular workman. That is, that division of labor reduces every man's business to sum each a simple operation. Yes, to simplify operation, and by making operation the sole employment of his life, to feel that employment is a part of life because of simplification and managing the tasking. And then necessary increases very much the dexterity of the workman. Yes. And number two, reason number two, yes, is saving and time, which is a common loss in passing from one species of work to another. One kind of a work to another kind of a job. So we consider about a saving and a time. He suggests that if it is possible to pass very quickly from one kind of work to another, that is, we'll get on a different place because we completed in time. Yes, if the work can be shifted from one place to another, will be completed in a time. In a particular a section will be completed in a time and then go to another. It's like when in an industry, because in the industry there are to produce a certain product, It means we will pass in a different section, in a different path to complete the production. Yes. And then the Adam Smith also suggests with a quick different tool, account weaver who cultivates a small. For example, when cultivating a small farm, most lost a good deal of time in passing from his room to his field, and from the field to his room. Another saving and the time is when the two trades can be carried in the some workhouse. The loss of time is no doubt much less. Yes, it's much less because of when a two trade instead of one trade, the activity will be simplified to be carried out. So no doubt about a loss of time is no doubt much less will be lost. Another reason is the intervention of a great number of machines. Is about machine, is about a technology which facilitates and bridge a labor and enable one man to do work of many. Because machine can operate it by one, but a number of activity can be done by one machine. If the machine has a larger capacity, so a one man also can operate one machine with a different activity. It means you will save a time. There's no loss of time. Yes. According to Smith, again, in invention of a great number of machines as a technology, a great part of machines made use of in manufactures, in which labor is mostly subdivided, where original the intervention of common workmen, who being each them employed in some a very simple operation, naturally turned their thoughts down, finding out easier and readier method of performing it. So simplifying to perform, simplifying to complete activity, to perform activity, so as to produce in a simplest method. Yes, another issue is about a specialization. Is a specialization of a labor. Actually, we made a discussion about a division of labor. Now we come up in the specialization of labor. Yes, to specialize a labor according to the type of a work. His idea of Adam Smith raised a primary to the specialization of a labor force. A labor force is a willingness and able to supply force for activity. So, he coins about insertion, the breaking down of larger jobs because of specialization. Breaking down of a larger jobs into many team components because of specialization. In a production, for example, in an industry production, we having a different skills, and the knowledge of a laborers. So you should make sure you having a laborer in specialization. That is, you will break a larger job to break them into many activities components to simplify. That will enable also to do not having a loss of time. Another issue in specialization of labor is under his regime, each worker becomes an expert. Yes, specialization is an expert of the area. Yes, if you are expert in a certain area, it means you will complete the activity in a short time. Compare for those that are not, they don't have specialization. That is a very important of specialization of labor. Employ the specialization in a production. Yes. Actually, that will increase his efficiency. Yes. The fact that the laborer do not have to switch tasks during the day further saves time and money, because you will not employ more labor. You will use a small time, hours, to complete a task because of a separation, a breaking of a job into a small tense components. Yes. Another issue is about accumulation of a capital. Yes, this accumulation, a key point that is pointed out by another economist, Richard Ricardo, about international trade, seems to make is one, accumulation of a capital adds riches without decreasing the value of things to be traded. That is, if you remember when I started by saying a combination of factors of production. So one of the factors of production is a capital. So if the capital adds riches without decreasing the value of things to be traded, which may bring the various economic factors to a win-win situation. A win-win situation. Yes, because you buy the factors of production, you increase the factors of production because you need to increase the production. A win-win situation. And then Ricardo also attempts to show that a new riches are not adding a much value as one would think, because they are always decreasing somewhat of exchangeable value of what was produced. That is a principle for a riches. If you want to be a new riches, you have to make sure to increase somewhat from the exchangeable value of what was produced. Yes, that is a principle actually coined by Richard Ricardo. Yes, another issue of Richard Ricardo, an economist, a thinker, as a philosopher, another issue is the decreased value in exchange as value in use increase. He extrapolates to interface that the sum world, a total of value in exchange is a fixed and a constant. Yes, it's a fixed and a constant for a total value in exchange. That is the value in the economy. Yeah. Okay. What is the conclusion of this topic? What is the conclusion of this topic about economics and production? Yes. One, the field of economics has undergone a remarkable expansion in 20th century. Yes, causing currently the expansion of a field of economy had undergone remarkable. Yes, because of a production of a different outputs, a different commodity. Another issue is that world economy has grown increasingly large and complex. Actually, if you consider like a China has growing and increasingly largely and complexity. Yes, China is one. Korea is one of the another country. We can cite about the world economy as growing increasing. This is according to a value, a benefit of economists like Adam Smith, Richard Ricardo's. Yes. Today, economists are employed in larger numbers in the private industry, a government industry, and hires. The consideration of economists actually considered are employed much more in industrial production, whether it's a private or it's a government sector, are considered because all the analysis done by economists, and then to make sure the industry is growing. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Another issue is many subjects such as a political science and sociology, which were once regarded as a part of study of economy, have today become a separate discipline. If you remember, before Adam Smith, in a past of Plato, astrology, actually they tried to combine these disciplines, political science and sociology and economics together. Now are separated because of understanding of economics production. Yes, through the study of anyone generally applies a working knowledge of the others. Okay, thanks for your attention for this topic 2, and then we'll continue to topic 3 to see theories of economics. Yes, thank you very much.